I'm Steve.
And I'm Crystal.
And welcome to Cafe Biblos. Today, we're going to look at Psalm 5, which can be called a devotional petition. We're still on the same theme of what to do when the government doesn't provide justice. Last week, we saw how David told the people of Israel to turn to God for justice when they weren't getting it from him, that is, the government. Here, he himself appeals to God for justice, providing an example for his people.
First righteousness, and now justice. Do we have a theme here?
Sure, I think we do. Well, let's take a look.
All right. I will be reading from Psalm 5 in the English Standard Version. All right. To the choir master, for the flutes, a psalm of David. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my groaning. Give attention to the sound of my cry. My King and my God, for to you do I pray. O Lord, in the morning you hear my voice. In the morning I prepare a sacrifice for you and watch. For you are not a God who delights in wickedness. Evil may not dwell with you. The boastful shall not stand before your eyes. You hate all evildoers. You destroy those who speak lies. The Lord abhors the bloodthirsty and deceitful man. But I, through the abundance of your steadfast love, will enter your house. I will bow down toward your holy temple in the fear of you. Lead me, O Lord, in your righteousness. Because of my enemies, make your way straight before me. For there is no truth in their mouth. Their inmost self is destruction. Their throat is an open grave. They flatter with their tongue. Make them bear their guilt, O God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Because of the abundance of their transgressions, cast them out, for they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you rejoice. Let them ever sing for joy, and spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may exult in you. For you bless the righteous, O Lord. You cover him with favor as with a shield.
So, like we said, if Psalm 4 is telling the people to turn to God for justice, then Psalm 5 is David himself turning to God for justice. Like the old saying says, physician, heal thyself.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what exactly is justice anyway? I mean, you see these words, righteousness, unrighteousness, good, evil, godly, and wicked. What's the connection?
Well, first of all, the word righteousness we've already looked at a bit. Joe Snyder, from an elder at the Church of Christ in Dover, Ohio, here in town, mentions that on episode 1's comments that the righteousness means not just to be right in man's eyes, but mainly in God's eyes. And he's right.
Yeah.
Now, let's take our definition a bit further.
See, righteousness isn't just being morally or religiously right. In the Bible, it means that everything you say and do is correct in terms of how the universe works. In the Bible, righteousness isn't just a moral principle. It's a part of the natural laws of the universe. And it's all about your relationships with the world around you, from the things that you care about and that you interact with on a daily basis, to the people you care for and interact with too.
Kind of like the laws of physics or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bible teaches us that when you do wrong, you abuse whatever your unrighteousness affects, from the things that are affected to the people that are affected, rather. And what you do can violate that person's trust and can sever the relationship that you have with them, and even cause damage to the things and people around you, whether that damage be physical, psychological, emotional, or spiritual. Unrighteousness hurts everything that it affects.
Yeah, it can hurt a lot. Yeah. Justice, on the other hand, is having good relationships with everything and everyone around you. You take care of them, and they take care of you. And together, you create things and grow. There is an environment of peace that surrounds you, and things will generally go well for you. But when you just do something wrong, you create injustice around you, and it affects everything and does damage. So righteousness and justice are closely connected ideas.
So in this psalm, David appeals to God to enact justice on the wicked, meaning that he's asking God to restore justice for him. That is, he wants God to make things right and to bring things back to that environment of peace. That means removing all unrighteousness from him and those he interacts with. So for those who are unrighteous, this means bad stuff, because it means they're gone, right?
Yeah.
But for David, there is something that allows him to enter God's presence, and it's not his own righteousness. But we'll talk about that next week, right?
Yeah. Because of this one thing, this steadfast love in verse 7, David can do this because he recognizes how awesome God is. That is, he fears God.
This word, fear, does literally mean to be afraid, but for a reason. It means to recognize that something is awesome, and I mean awesome in the true sense of the word. Something that is awesome is something that has the power to both sustain and even give life, and to take it away. That it has the power to both bless and curse you. So David recognizes that God has the ability both to create him and destroy him. And he stands in awe of that power, and because of his reverence for that, he wants to do what is right, and more than that, it also means that he trusts him.
That, my friends, is faith. So this psalm is then asking God to restore justice in his life to the land by removing all unrighteousness, including those who choose to be unrighteous because they don't value God's awesomeness.
That's right. And then he closes by reminding us the importance of taking refuge in God. Because the truth is, God is awesome like a fire is awesome.
Right.
If you respect fire, it can be a wonderful thing, give you heat, all kinds of good stuff. But if you don't respect it, then you can burn your whole house down.
Yeah, really. So we have a question for you. People are talking a lot about injustice in America today. Given what David says in this psalm, where do you think our injustices come from?
Ooh. So be sure to comment below and keep this conversation going. Also, don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, right?
Until next week, brew lots of this magic bean juice.
Amen
and
to that.
study hard.
Amen to that too.
All right.
Good
Have
night.
a good day, guys.
Good morning.